An Air Force veteran has died after he set himself on fire in front of the Georgia Capitol last week to protest the Veterans Affairs system. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation tweeted Tuesday that 58-year-old John Michael Watts died Monday. Authorities say Watts strapped fireworks to his chest, doused himself with a flammable liquid, and set himself on fire June 26. A state trooper who saw what was happening quickly put out the flames. Authorities said Watts, who had no current address, was able to talk to officers after the flames were extinguished. Authorities said he had burns over 85 to 90% of his body. He was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta. Share this article. Share the GBI says its investigation continues. Watts' daughter, Michelle Travers, created a GoFundMe crowdfunding campaign to help cover the costs of her father's cremation. "My dad was a USAF veteran who was seeking assistance from the VI," Travers wrote on GoFundMe. He had been severely depressed and attempted suicide, but lived for 6 days and has now succumbed to his injuries. "Please help if you can." The entire incident was caught on dashboard camera video. The clip, which emerged last week, showed Georgia troopers rushing to save Watts after he set himself on fire. He had fireworks strapped to himself and, as I understand, doused himself with some additional flammable and set himself on fire, said Mark Perry, Director of Public Information for the Georgia Department of Public Safety. "I'm not sure if it was gasoline or kerosene or what it was." The Georgia State Patrol was holding a news conference about a new distracted driving law going into effect on July 1 when the event was interrupted by several loud bangs caused by exploding fireworks. A trooper on the scene was able to quickly put out the flames, engulfing the veteran with a fire extinguisher. Dashcam video released by the Georgia State Police on Wednesday opens with a squad car approaching a man fully engulfed in flames on the sidewalk. Seconds later, fireworks are seen shooting out from Watts' vest. Trooper First Class Cantrell Cooley, armed with a fire extinguisher, runs up to the burning protester and puts out the flames, leaving Watts standing upright in a cloud of smoke, almost completely naked. A second uniformed officer runs up to the veteran and also douses him with dry chemicals from a fire extinguisher. Watts remains standing, surrounded by state troopers, until firefighters pull over in a truck and instruct him to sit on the ground. A first responder then removes his vest and covers him with blue sheets, at which point the video cuts off. Though he was burned, he could still speak to officers. "I'm not sure what his history is there, but he is disgruntled with the VI system and is trying to draw some attention to that." He stated something to the effect that he was looking for some help, Perry said. A Nissan Sentra, possibly belonging to Watts, was still parked in front of the Capitol and was being investigated by a bomb squad unit. The vehicle displayed a sign with a phone number written on it, but law enforcement officials urged the public not to call that number for fear that it might set off an explosive device somewhere. Veterans groups in recent years have demanded changes in the nation's Veterans Affairs system. Some veterans say they've had to wait months for appointments. On June 6, President Donald Trump signed legislation aimed at allowing veterans more freedom to see doctors outside the system in an attempt to reduce wait times and improve care. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, prevention and crisis resources for you or your loved ones, and best practices for professionals. Call 1-800-273-8255